Hello, and thank you for joining me in Valerie's kitchen. Today I'm going to make for you a very basic Alfredo sauce. Actually, it's not basic because I don't cook basic, but what I'm going to make for you today is a Cajun seafood Alfredo sauce to go over top of some wonderful crab and lobster ravioli because it's a kind of cool day outside. It's a nice breezy fall, autumn day. When we have a day like that, isn't it nice to have comfort food, something that makes you feel comfortable and just relaxes you and gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling? One of the ingredients that we're going to use is Tony Chicari's Creole seasoning. Love this stuff. You can never go wrong when you're using it. One of the other wonderful things that I love about it, you do not have to add salt. So the first thing I'm going to do is come take off my rings. I don't cook with jewelry because we don't want to contaminate food. And then wash my hands. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's very basic, but also important. Key to any good cooking is sanitation. Washing your hands, making sure that people aren't getting sick. What good is a tasty meal if right after you eat it, you get sick? It's no good. So we just take a pat of butter. Now for my purposes today, I'm using cornstarch. Sometimes you can use flour, but I like cornstarch because it's a little bit smoother. And I just want that comfort feel today. The food, I just want it to just wrap around me and make me feel the comfort and love that is put into it. So I'm going to use cornstarch instead of flour. It just makes for a smoother roux. And while I put that in there, I'm also going to use my Tony's. I'm going to season it right in here. I'm not even going to wait until I put all the other ingredients in. And I'm also going to use Old Bay seasoning. What good is food without Old Bay? You don't have seafood without Old Bay, right? So I'm going to put that in here. Just going to get liberal with it. Shake that in. We're going to whisk it. Got my whisk here. I'm going to roux it up nice. And it's going to give me a beautiful, lovely fall color. I'm just going to put a spat more of the cornstarch in there. This is what your pan's going to look like on the inside. Doesn't look like much right now. Oh, and it smells so good. You can really smell it too. I'm just going to turn it down for a minute because I forgot to grab my garlic. Normally I would be using fresh chopped garlic, but because I'm hungry and I didn't prep it in advance, I'm going to use already chopped garlic. That way I can make sure I can get this in there and get it in my belly as soon as possible. Because like I said, I'm hungry. So just open this up. I gotta tell you, there's nothing like the smell of the garlic in your food. Cook that on medium. I'm actually going to take a little bit of Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Doesn't matter where you're from in the world. If you want good cream cheese, you get Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the mother of cream cheese. And I like to use just a little bit of that because it gives it a nice sweetness, but not too sweet, and it's still cheesy, and it helps to also add cream to it. Now I'm just going to roux this up again. I've got my raviolis boiling. It's just a prepared ravioli, so it's no big deal. They're almost done. Then I take my master ingredient, which is my cheese. A true Alfredo primarily consists of Parmesan and Reggiano cheese. That's all I'm putting in here. I like the taste of cheddar. Sometimes I'll put cheddar. But you have to be careful if you're going to use cheddar in your Alfredo. Cheddar tends to break down if you're not careful. So for those of you who are beginners, you want to be very careful if you're doing a cheddar cheese in your Alfredo sauce. Then I'm just going to mix this up until it thickens. And I'm going to have myself a good lunch today. It's already starting to thicken, and because it's milk-based, you want to make sure that you keep on stirring it and whisking it. You don't want it to scald and burn, and then you'll get too much of a nutty flavor. That's not what we're going for. We want it to be nice and smooth and really bring out those flavors in that cheese. Our raviolis are almost done, which means my sauce is almost done because this doesn't take that long, just maybe 15 minutes or so. But there's something to be said about a cheesy dish on an autumn day, especially with the coloring. It's just a nice, vibrant color, especially with that butter in there. You can use different things, but I love the butter when I'm making a really good Alfredo because it just adds that extra layer to put it right over the edge. Now, if I weren't doing a Cajun, what I would do, I would put white pepper, because when you're making Alfredo, you want it to be a white sauce. So you put white pepper in, so you get that little kick of pepper, that heat, but it doesn't alter the color. And it also just, it marries well with the sauce and the cheeses a little bit better than a black pepper. But again, since we're doing a Cajun sauce, it's already blended into my seasonings, and the color of the sauce is part of this here presentation. Whisk it up a little bit more here. I'm going to get a taste test just because I want to make sure that it's right. Like I said, I'm hungry, so I'm doing quickie versions today. You're gonna have a great lunchtime today. I'm just going to give it a little bit more kick. But it has a really good balance right now for the cheese. Oh my gosh, that's good. I like my spice, can you tell? Just going to turn those raviolis off. The raviolis, you can tell raviolis done when they start floating to the top. They get a beautiful color, you know they're done. So whisk this up a little bit more. Nice, perfect balance of that garlic. That's wonderful. And I think I just want to add a tad more of this because I like a little bit of a thicker roux. Although maybe I should just wait and be a little patient. As I said, I'm hungry, so I'm trying to rush the process. Maybe a little too much, but when you use cornstarch, a little bit of cornstarch goes a long way. You see, there's not much in here. Typically, unless you do like I did when you're making the roux, when you mix cornstarch, you mix it in with a cold liquid so it doesn't clump. Then you just pour that right in there. And now it's just going to give me that extra layer of thickness. There we go, that I was looking for. So depending on what you're using your sauce for, and also depending on what you serve it with, the color varies. But I like it like this. It's just a nice blush color. I'm going to show you in one moment here. Let's put my seafood. So I think this is good. It's nice consistency here. I could put some paprika in it if I wanted to, but I don't want that red flavor. So I'm just going to make it just like it is. We're going to plate a little bit for you to see. I think I want to put this in a bowl just for today. Oh, I should have made some garlic bread, but again, I'm hungry, so I couldn't wait for garlic bread. That'll have to be another day. Not usually into packaged foods, but when you're hungry, a quick fix is good every now and then. And there you have it, folks. Voila. I've got my Cajun Alfredo crab and lobster ravioli. Quick fix for when you're hungry. You can have a very tasty meal in just a little bit of time. Thanks for watching. Bon appetit, and God bless you real good.